What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Bills BHD back violating your timeline once again with another video. Today we're talking about the MPC one once again. It's been about 2 weeks since I've had it, 2.5 weeks about, and getting a feel for it. You know, getting reacquainted with the MPC software and MPC. Been having a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie, been having a lot of fun. But I do got some gripes. I got some pros and some cons, man. And so that's gonna be the topic of today's video. Remember, before we get started, make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, man. Support your boy, and I come to support y'all too. You know what I'm saying? That's how we gonna do around here. All right. I'm gonna get started with my gripes, my cons first, because that's what's standing out to me right now. Nothing's too major. No deal breakers. Nothing is telling me to send it back, you know, or sell it, get rid of it, try something else. Ain't nothing like that. But there are some improvements that I feel like, you know, could be made. There are some things that this thing should be able to do right off the bat with no issues. So we're gonna touch on those today. So no particular order. We're gonna start off with my biggest gripe. And y'all help me out. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I'm not, you know, as acquainted with it as I thought I am. I thought I should be. But y'all let me know. For whatever reason, I cannot sample in controller mode. I went out and I bought this cable. This 3.5 to 1/4-inch jack cable, so I can plug it in the back and the inputs, and I can connect them little dongle so that I can plug my phone. I'm recording with it. I can plug my phone in and I can sample anything off of Apple Music, anything off of YouTube, and it works fine in standalone mode. If I'm not connected to the computer, I can sample all day long, just as advertised, right? But as soon as I go into controller mode, I cannot for the life of me get the signal to come through and sample from the MPC into the software and use it as it should be. You know, I didn't have any of these issues for my MPC Renaissance. I remember I had don't know, I have phono cables. You know, there's phono cables in the back of the MPC Renaissance, and they're the same inputs are on the Live and the X. And you can plug those cables in there and you could sample whatever you want. The way that I sampled with my MPC Renaissance, I sample right off of my audio interface. So I would take out the outputs or plug the cables into the outputs of the audio interface and route them into the back of the MPC Renaissance, and I could sample anything off the computer all day long. But for whatever reason, I can't do it on the MPC One. Now y'all let me know. I've been searching forums, I've been all over YouTube, I've been asking around, Guitar Center, nobody knows anything. So I'm confused. Y'all let me know, am I doing something wrong? Because that's probably my biggest gripe with the MPC One. I'm not sure if it's the same thing on the MPC Live 1 or 2 or the X, but definitely it's an issue that I'm having with this. My little workaround is I sample in standalone mode, I do all of my chops, I save it, and then I open up MPC software and then export everything into the software, which is too many steps for me, you know, because then you start to lose momentum, you start to lose a little inspiration because you gotta, you know, it's almost like menu diving. It takes away from the experience of everything. So that's my biggest gripe. Number two, I find that when I'm using the MPC One in controller mode in Logic Pro, if I have the beat playing, if I have the MPC One playing and I go to select another track, say I select Omnisphere, right? And I say, oh, you know what? This little hit will go good here. So I load up the sample in there and I go to hit a pad, there's a delay. It's not until I go and I arm the MPC instance, that delay goes away. But when I'm working and I'm trying to lay things down quickly and I'm like, yo, why am I hitting it? And then there's like a couple milliseconds worth of delay. What's going on with that? I don't remember having that on MPC Renaissance, but for whatever reason, it's present on the MPC One. Like I said, not a deal breaker. It's kind of annoying that I have to keep this track armed and then go to other tracks and then do all my other, you know, works. But it is a bit annoying. Number 3, there's no arranger view. So what's up with that? I mean, granted you have the piano roll, but you can only view that track by track, but there's no, at least nothing I'm aware of, there's no arranger view where you can see everything playing at one time. You know, you have this track playing and this track coming in. Everything is kind of like, you know, separated. You have to click here or, you know, scroll over here to see what's playing on this track, scroll further to see what's playing on the next track. There's not a big deal, but when I'm working in standalone mode, I kind of want to see the big picture, not track by track, you know. Hopefully in the next update, I understand that the MPC 2.11 is coming out in June. So hopefully we get that. But as it stands right now, that's not a big gripe, like I said, but it is something that I want to see in the next one. Let's get an arranger view. Come on now. Number 4, when I'm laying down 808s and I want to put the 808 glide on there, I want to go from, you know, when I want to do my 808s with a glide on there, I've seen workarounds, I've seen techniques to get it done. It's possible, but it's cumbersome. It should be just a button. It should just be something in program edit, or it should be right there in program edit. I've seen guys, I think they go into like the LFO mode, or they mess with the modulation or something, and it's like, that's a quick button on Logic Pro. It's a quick button on any of my VSTs to change the portal mode, put a glide on there, and you're good to go. I don't understand it. Hopefully in 2.11 we see that, but that's just another one of my gripes. Number 5, I have big hands, but it's still an annoyance for me, right? So the no repeat button I find is too far away from the time division buttons that pop up on the screen when you press and hold the note division button, right? Yeah, granted, you can press and hold or double press the note repeat button, and then you have them laid out there. You don't have to worry about that. But if I'm in here and I'm, you know, it'd be nice if it was right there, you know, because sometimes I may not just hit it like this. Sometimes I might hit it like this, and now I'm, you know, stretched out like that, and I may press the wrong button on there, and it's kind of annoying. Not the biggest gripe, not a deal breaker, a little annoying. And there's absolutely nothing they can do about it at this point, but it's just something I'm gonna have to deal with. Number 6. I'm having an issue with my hard drive mounting when I go into controller mode. It seems like all my issues are in controller mode. I don't get that. So when I had my hard drive is now plugged into the back of my computer, but when I first got it, I plugged it up into the back of the MPC one. Standalone mode works flawlessly. Go into controller mode. I go to look for my samples. It's not loading. I shut it down. Shut everything down. Restart everything. Still, where's my hard drive at? I don't get it. I looked on the forums. They say you got to reformat your hard drive to this, that, and the third. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I got too many sounds, too many expansion packs, too many VSTs on there. I got videos on my hard. I'm not transferring all those gigs to another hard drive or the computer to reformat my hard drive and load everything back on there. It shouldn't have to be that way. This is not a computer in that sense to where I have to format it in a special format. I don't know what the issue is with that, but that's another issue. My workaround, SD card. I took all my drum kits, put on the SD card, which is fine. Don't get me wrong, it's not a deal breaker, not a too big of a gripe, but I was gonna use my SD card for something else. But here I am using it to load my drums on there. I don't know if that's a user error or it's just something I'm not, you know, really realizing that, hey, you gotta do this, that, and the third, but another gripe. Number 7, this headphone jack is trash. Trash in the sense that it should have been a 1/4-inch jack. It should have been a 1/4-inch jack. I don't know why they decided to put a 3.5 on there. Come on, this is pro audio. Like, this is something for your Android or your iPhone. Like, come on, dog. Workaround. Like I said, I bought these cables, or bought this cable, and I ended up buying a female to female adapter. So I take the end, I get a 1/4-inch adapter, put that on the end of that, put it on the female to female, plug it in the back of the MPC outputs, and plug my headphones into it that way. Little workaround, but at the end of the day, we should have had a standard 1/4-inch jack on the front of the MPC. Like, what's up with that? Number 8. I'm developing scoliosis, nerve damage, and back pain from leaning over. I'm trying to see what I'm doing on the screen. We should have had a flip out screen. Is it a deal breaker? Can I deal with a little bit of back pain? Yeah, cool. Do I need to go out and buy a stand so I can face me? Yeah, I do. It'll come. But, I mean, was it too hard to have the screen just flip up at like a 45-degree angle? You know, as you could flip it and you know, position it in whatever position you want it to be in. Not too much to ask for, right? But, like I said, it's not a deal breaker. Like I said, I'm going to get a stand, but that's one of those things that, you know, I would have liked to see on MPC. I didn't think it was going to be as big of a deal before getting it, but being in here on my desk, you know, I have to lean over and do all this, that, and the third, and it kind of like, all right, you know what, my back's hurting, my neck is hurting. So a flip out screen would have been cool. All of that aside, I'm having a blast with it. This is a phenomenal piece of gear. I don't have any regrets. I'm gonna talk my shit, but at the end of the day, I don't have any regrets. Made a lot of cool beats. Probably on here alone, I'm probably looking at like 20 something beats. I got them stored. I got some more stored on the MPC internal hard drive, which I need to transfer over to the SD card. But at the end of the day, I'm having a good time with it. Has an amazing sound. The sample, the expansion packs are sweet. Oh, actually, you know what? I'll take that back. Let me go back. What was that? 8, 9. The bass packs on this thing, the expansion packs, they're garbage. They're garbage. I'm gonna just keep on using what I got on my computer on Omnisphere and Falcon and all my other VSTs that I use. I don't really digging all that. But going back to the pros, this thing is a pretty cool piece of gear, man. Like I said, it's my first standalone MPC one. I'm still learning it. I'm having a blast. I'm able to program my drums quick, fast, in a hurry. Quick, fast, in a hurry, get them down, and it's easy to, if I mess up, it's easy to go back and edit and redo them. Whereas what I was doing before, loading up separate tracks of samplers on Logic Pro and then, punching them in on the keyboard, it just makes for a better experience when you're in here doing your thing on the MPC. I mean, if you have any kind of drum machine, any kind of, drum programmer, standalone drum programmer, or even a controller, like it just makes that experience of programming your drums that much better, So my pros are just like anybody else's pros that you've seen on YouTube or on the forums. So I'm not gonna touch too much on my pros. This video is probably gonna harp on my gripes more than anything else. But at the end of the day, I don't regret it. I'm happy with my purchase. No buyer's remorse. I just want to touch back with y'all and let y'all know what's going on in my experience with the MPC One. Remember, you guys support the channel, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and look out because I'm gonna be dropping some more videos, dropping some more bangers. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you guys stopping by. And on that note, I'm up out of here. You dig?